Amazing. My first Premier League game there was the first Sky game of the 94-95 season, and it was against Manchester United that were champions. And I just thought to myself, if I can score against Schmeichel, if I can play well against Bruce, Pallister, Ince, Giggs, Cantona, then I know I can play well against anybody in this division, because we'd just been promoted from the Championship. And I scored, beat Schmeichel at his near post, floodlights were on. The noise around the City ground, as you heard last season, is really something. It's an old ground that generates a lot of sound. So I just went on and, scored 25 goals that season. But the City ground, like the ground that you see me, the team that I support, Villa Park, and Anfield, actually, I was very, very lucky to play for three football clubs that, when the floodlights go on, they are three notoriously very special places. So yes, the City ground under the lights was very special for me. And as you saw with some of Forest's games last season, teams just do not like playing very close next to the pitch. Now players are going and playing against teams in stadiums like West Ham's that are increasingly further and further away from the pitch. So when fans are right on top of you, it can be a very, very intimidating place to play.
What do you think it'll be like next season in Europe for us? Will the supporters embrace this, finally being back on the international stage?
They were starting to get a little bit. I follow quite a few old Forest fans and some of the younger ones, and they were talking Champions League, of course, for most of the season. And then you started to see them making excuses. Oh, well, if we don't, the Europa League would be great. And then they started to make even more excuses and said, well, Conference League is Europe. Any European competition for a club that up until 2 years ago had spent 2 decades in the second tier will be incredible. The one downside that was part of Villa's Conference League adventure is that there aren't many teams that have 3,000 or 4,000 allocations for away supporters. I remember going to Lille, and that was as good as it got, really, and Olympiacos, 1,500 to 2,000, 2,500 max. So there are going to be a very small amount of Forest fans that get to go to some of these places. But I think that for the club, to see a club that has won, of course, the European Cup twice and got to, without forgetting, the team that I left to go to Liverpool went on and got to the UEFA Cup semi-final. Brian Clough got to UEFA Cup semi-final, I think, against Anderlecht in 84-85. So Forest do have, a very good run of when they're in Europe, they tend to get quite far. The only downside, like I say, is on away days, they may have to be a very lucky few, maybe 300, sometimes 500, maybe the odd 1,200, 1,500 fans get to go to places, but enjoy it and embrace it. And European football is always a great adventure. I'm lucky to have played European football for Liverpool, for Villa, for Leicester, when I was there for a short spell. So enjoy it.